Who's reading in public?
Good morning and welcome to the Berks County Commissioners Board meeting. Today is Thursday, May the 8th. It is 10 a.m. and we will call the meeting to order. We are transmitting live via Teams, YouTube, and Facebook. And at this moment, I would like to ask Veronica Laporte, Commissioner Line, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Barbara's here now. So Barbara, I'll ask you to read the public comment notice. She had stepped out.
Public comment will be accepted in person and through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and municipality for all comments. Any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by limitations of the platform being used, Teams Q&A, Facebook, and YouTube. In-person comments will be accepted first, followed by comments submitted virtually. The meeting comment period is limited to a total of 30 minutes, including both in-person and virtual comments. This time period may be extended at the discretion of the board. Please be concise. Comments that are germane to county business will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. The county solicitor shall be the final arbiter of whether a comment is germane and should be read. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Thank you, Barbara. We'll now stand for a moment of silence, followed by the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we move into the approval of the minutes, just want to indicate that we had an executive session yesterday, May the 7th, on real estate, personnel, and contract negotiations. Approval of the minutes. Are there any changes or additions to the minutes? If none, the minutes stand approved as presented. Okay, moving on to agenda items. Item number 1 under budget. Item A, adopt resolution authorizing the 2025 budget transfers in the amount of $320,299 and 2025 appropriations in the amount of $102,470 per listing dated May 2nd of 2025. Under Human Resources, we have 3 items. Adopt a resolution authorizing Human Resources recommendations dated May 8th as follows. Item number 1. Authorize the appointment of Jocelyn Rodriguez Alvarado to Human Resources Assistant, Human Resources Department, effective May 21 of 2025. Item number 2, authorize the appointment of Antonia Brennan to Establishment Manager, Domestic Relations, effective June the 4th of 2025. And authorize the promotion of Carl Long from Implementation Specialist to Web Application Specialist, Information Systems, effective 5/9 of 2025. And Carl is the one in the back there who is helping us out. So Carl, thank you for helping us out. Today is your last day here. So
Well, don't say that.
no, I mean the last.
You're announcing on television you're getting rid of him. He's getting promoted.
Well, that's what I mean. He did his last day here, running the IT in the
Now he's crying.
meeting.
Come on.
Maybe crying of happiness that he doesn't have to go through this week after week. But so congratulations, Carl. Have various items under the commissioners. Item A, adopt resolution authorizing the chair to execute the automobile theft, motor vehicle insurance fraud intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, acting through the Pennsylvania State Police, and the County of Berks for participation in the municipal Automobile Theft Motor Vehicle Insurance Fraud Task Force Program for fiscal year 25 and 26. Item B, adopt a resolution authorizing Kevin Barnhart, Chief Operations Officer, to execute the affidavit to confirm the classifying of constables as independent contractors for all services provided to the county pursuant to the Constables Act. Item C, adopt a resolution authorizing a letter of support for the Colebrookdale Railroad Preservation Trust to seek funding for safety, security, and ADA connectivity improvements and equipment upgrades to permit Colebrookdale Railroad trains to access the Steel River Station in Pottstown's Memorial Park. Item number 2, motion to authorize the execution of contract agreements and amendments as set forth on the contract agenda listed May 5th of 2025. And there are a total of 18 contracts. One is with the Area Agency on Aging, one with Berks County Youth Shelter, one with CareerLink, 9 with Children and Youth Services, 1 with Children and Youth and Juvenile Probation, 1 with the Commissioners, 2 with Facilities and Operation, 1 with Human Resources, and 1 with Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities. Item number 3, motion to authorize execution of the payments and electronic transfers for the week ending May 9 of 2025. And item number 4 is a motion to authorize execution of tax collectors payroll dated May 15th of 2025.
I'll move for approval of the agenda as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? I presented to our clerk of courts. I will be abstaining from 2 items on the contracts. One is,
Go ahead.
one is an item with traffic planning and design, and the other is a contract with the Council on Chemical Abuse.
So I have a conflict, and that is on traffic planning and design. I submitted my conflict to our chief clerk. I checked with our solicitor because a majority of us have a conflict on the traffic and planning design. The law does allow us to vote on that as long as we declare the conflict.
Okay, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I am voting on the traffic planning and design, but abstaining on the Council on Chemical Abuse. Okay, any against? Motion carries. We'll now move on to the reports of the treasurer and controller. We'll start with Mitchell R. Darcourt, our county controller.
Thank you, Commissioner. Today, we have an opening balance of $247,879,754.23. We have a balance to clear of $4,636,685.63, leaving us with a balance of $243,243,068.60. That is all, Commissioners. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now move on to Joe Ruddero, our county controller.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. For the week ending May 9th, 2025, we have a total accounts payable of $5,807,386.42. We have a total employee payroll of $5,495,591.62 for a total cash disbursement of $11,302,978.04. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe. We will now move to the report of Chief Operations Officer Kevin Barnhart.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. Just our update on the last and final move to the South Campus. Area Agency on Aging is moving this week. Should be completing that move by tomorrow morning. And then every one of the 6 moves will be completed. And then certainly we'll have an open house in the near future at the South Campus. Everything really worked out amazing and well in the move. And everyone, we went over this morning, Larry and I were there this morning. They were really excited about being there.
Great.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the commissioners' comments, and I'll start from the bottom up today. So I will start with Commissioner Linebaugh.
So you might wonder why I'm not chairing. I'm recovering from a cold from last week, and I don't want to start coughing. So I'm going to keep my comments very limited. I'll let my colleagues talk about our town hall on Tuesday evening at Wyomissing Hills Library. This evening, I'll be participating, I think you are as well,
Yep.
at the Hope Rescue Mission Lighthouse event at the Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. It's pretty amazing. That facility now has been open, I think, a little over a year and a half. And they're at like 95% capacity, doing wonderful things for women and children. Also want to recognize some guests we have with us today. Fairview Christian School seniors under the leadership of Marcus Fox. I'm very familiar with Fairview Christian School, great place right here in, not just in Berks County, but in the city of Reading. And Marcus, if you want to introduce the students and just share a few words with us and why you wanted to come to the commissioners meeting. Thank you, Lynn.
Hey, thank you very much, Chairman Linebaugh. Pleasure to be here. And thank you, men, for your work. This is the 12th grade class at Fairview Christian School, and we're just completing their civics course and learning all about government. This is actually their last official day in school. They graduate next Wednesday. So this is their last day in school. Give them a round of applause.
Sure.
And I'll quickly introduce them. Marshall Fox, John Martin, Tyler Burkholder, Mia Mahitza, my daughter Shana Fox, Gabby Smooker, and Olivia Nault. And so we are, excited to be here. Dante, we know him from reffing. Christian, we've interacted numerous times at our church. Haven't met Michael too much. Kevin, I think we interacted many years ago. But when we talk about government a lot in our class, I always use Berks County and as an example of things done right. And so I want to tell you that we appreciate the job you do. Can't say that about all governments all the time. My students will know. I always say, and we were talking about it this week, let's talk about Berks County, talk about the parks, talk about just many ways you do business and the way actually you treat each other as commissioners. Many things that I always speak very highly. I'm a lifelong resident of East Reading. Lived there my whole life, 51 years. So we're just over on 14th at Muhlenberg. Dante comes there often. And we love the city of Reading, love Berks County. And we say thank you for your service. We'll probably leave at some point because we're going over to President Johnson's court. Hear some in her court. So looking forward to that. So if we slip out, not because we're bored, they're loving it. So thank you very much for all your service.
Thank
you. And again, congratulations. The last thing I want to share, and I'm going to share my screen in a minute, but yesterday I was over at the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum and recorded my BCTV County Connection program with Russ Strine. Russ and his father, Gene, or most people knew him as Pappy Strine, started the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum. I learned things I didn't know. The funny thing was they had the B-25 Mitchell bomber as father and son in 1977. And in 1979, Russ got a phone call from somebody that said, hey, would you like a crashed P-61 Black Widow? This is a World War II plane. He said yes without even asking where it was. It was in Indonesia on an island. And from 1979 till 1991 to physically bring it here. At the time, they were at Harrisburg Airport in Middletown, just outside of Harrisburg. And in the late 80s, there was an upgrade of the airport and they weren't part of it. And they reached out to the Reading Regional Airport and they came here, I believe it was 1990. So They also started World War II weekend in 1990. And I want to show you a combination of video and pictures from some of the World War II weekend experiences I've had. So bear with me a second. Okay, the first item. This is from several. Okay, what did I do? Hold on. Right here. Okay, hang on. I have this too. That's true. Carl.
He ran out the door. He's leaving.
No, you're not done yet.
The luckiest man on the face of the earth.
No,
It's not me.
I'm not even my baby.
It's all. Who else? Don't you and what? You know what it was. Okay, I clicked it again. Okay. Not me. Technology. So anyhow, Russ Strine is also a pilot. And the B-25 Mitchell bomber called Briefing Time is based over here at the Reading Regional Airport. It's a World War II era plane. And a number of years ago, my executive assistant at the time and I went up on a plane ride, and we were in the middle of the plane where the waist gunners shoot out. And she stayed there. But once we got up in the air, I crawled through the tail and got in the back where the tail gunner would be and took this video. It's a short clip, but if you watch, you'll see Mount Penn, and you'll also see the courthouse and county services center. So that is, and I have a bunch of those, but let me continue, include sound, and I have some photos right here and video. So when you go over to the show, they have some pretty amazing displays. Hold on. Let me see how I can do this. I'm normally pretty good at this, but not today. It's up here. Not going to do it. Okay. Well, I know what to do. Hold on. Go like this. Down. Who cares? This is one of the displays. They have a number of demonstrations. All of these are World War II era planes. Again, grab another one here. There's got to be an easier way, but 7th and 8th this year at the airport. Now, the last one I'm going to show, this no longer occurs. You'll see why in a minute. There is a parade that occurs on Friday that goes from the airport to downtown Reading, 5th and Penn. I don't know how many vehicles, but they're all World War II era vehicles. And it used to be until 2017, and this particular battle took place. You'll see what I mean by battle. There were no injuries, but the decision was made, this is risky. These people are these are reenactors shooting blanks, but it is like a war in downtown Reading. So this is the last time that took place. I know in past years, Lynn has been able to be downtown and has dressed up for it, as did Anne Marie Grill. It's amazing. It's like a drop back in time. So this is the last thing that I'll show. And this is a little bit longer. I purposely did it in black and white. So they say men never grow up. This is true. These are all generally speaking adults. And the only reason I'm with the German lines is because we were at the front and all of this took place behind us, so I walked back up 10th Street to get these pictures. And that's not smoke, that's a smoke bomb. So that's enough of that. Now, and I'm normally the history guy, but Commissioner Santoni leaned over. Do you know what today is? May 8th. Go ahead, David Paris. VE Day. VE Day, Victory in Europe. And what is interesting about that, in talking with Russ Strine, they're going to have a plane at World War II weekend they've never had before, and I'm not going to give the initials, but it is a German fighter jet. And I don't know if people understand, if Germany had developed the V2 rocket and the jet a year and a half earlier than they actually did, we might be speaking German today. I mean, the technology was pretty incredible. And if you believe in God's intervention, and I do, that's one of the proofs. Now, what I also learned about the jet, it had a flaw. The jet that they are going to have has modern jet engines in it. When they built the jets in Germany, they didn't understand the technology and engineering behind what a jet engine does on stresses on metal. And so after about 100 hours of flying, the jet engine would just blow right out of the plane. It just literally would rip apart. So this plane is built to specifications, but it's not an original jet, but that's going to be there for the very first time. And it's one of only two in the world. And this is the only one that currently is flying. So come on out, June 6th, 7th, and 8th. There will be 30 World War II vets there. All of them 100 or older. And the day is coming very soon when we'll start talking about the last World War II vet living. I'm old enough that I remember in the Pottstown area, the last World War I veteran, late 70s, early 80s in our area. But with the ages, it's amazing. Russ said all 30 of them absolutely said, we want to be there. They are on shorter schedules, but there will be World War II vets there pretty much all the time, spread over 3 days. If you want to meet a World War II veteran and you never have, please come on out. It'll be a great opportunity to meet some folks from the greatest generation. Mr. Chair, that's all that I have.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now move on to Commissioner Santoni.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it. Just a couple items to report. But first, I want to welcome our visitors from Fairview Christian. Yes, it was mentioned that I've been there a number of times. Many people know at this point I referee basketball. Any basketball players in here? Okay. Oh, all of you. Okay. As referees, we're not allowed to have favorite places to officiate, but Fairview Christian is at the top of my list for a number of reasons. They're very passionate. They're loud. They fill the gym, and I enjoy when games are like that. But even though they yell and scream for their team, this is my favorite reason: they never yell at the referees. They never complain to the referees. And I appreciate that. So it's always nice to get down to Fairview Christian. I look forward to. I know you guys are graduating, but I look forward to future trips down to the school. It was a busy time at the Reading Museum the last week or so. We had an opportunity to attend a number of different events. I just want to report on them very quickly. The time capsule dedication occurred last week. The moon tree dedication occurred the same day. There was a tree that orbited the Earth, and they call it the moon tree, and it was dedicated. If you get an opportunity to get down to the museum, you'll be able to see it. I also, over the weekend, went to the Robert W. F. Safari Memorial Sensory Garden. Bob, a longtime member of the worked part-time and did a lot of volunteer work down in the museum. He worked the grounds very hard. I didn't know him. I met his son and his daughter-in-law there. But the sensory garden that they put in there, where the ribbon cutting was on Saturday, it's beautiful. If you get an opportunity to head down to the museum, check it out. It's the Robert W. F. Safari Memorial Sensory Garden, and that's on the grounds of the Reading Museum. So the Reading Museum was very busy the last week or so. My executive assistant, Lynn Burns, and I had an opportunity to attend the poverty simulation for Berks County decision makers, sponsored by Berks Community Foundation and the Community Action Partnership. I know that some of my colleagues have been to the drug and alcohol and the criminal justice simulation events. This was for poverty. I was part of a 5-person family. Actually, Pam Seaman I was a 16-year-old girl. Pam Seaman was
You're ugly.
Yeah. Pam Seaman was the father of our family. So we all had to go out and learn what it's like to live in poverty and people living paycheck to paycheck, and the challenges that
I'm going to share with students who Pam Seaman.
Pam Seaman's our director of mental health and developmental disabilities here at the county, and does a great job for us. So we actually got Lynn was in another family, but she had the opportunity. What were you, Lynn? What was your? Okay, yeah. So we all had you get a packet with gives you who you will be and the challenges that you have, what you have to go through. We had to go to school, but there were issues with that. So it was really eye opening. Just a couple statistics real quick. Poverty threshold for a family of 4 in the United States is $26,500, which is not a lot of money. Worker earning minimum wage with a full-time monthly salary would be $1,257. So there's some real challenges out there, and it opened up the eyes of myself and many others who were in attendance. We did have a town hall last week at the West Lawn Wyomissing Public Library. I thought it went well. We had a nice we had a fairly nice turnout. As the weather's getting nicer, it's getting more challenging for people to come inside and when it's so nice out. But the discussion centered mostly around elections and transportation, the issue of passenger rail and the airport. Commissioner Leinbach handled those questions very well. And also, as I said, there was a bunch of questions about elections. Also, with my colleagues, we attended Law Day this past week at the sponsored by the Berks County Attorneys Association. Berks County Attorneys Association. The guest of honor was Akbar Hussain, who is the Secretary of Policy and Planning for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Very impressive young man, works very closely with the governor. Everything that comes out of the governor's office, he approves as far as speeches and things like that. So he has a very important job, and it was a well-attended event, and I thought it was well worth it. Out of many, one was the theme. The Constitution's promise, out of many, one was their Law Day theme this year. A couple other things real quickly. We also attended the Jewish Federation had an event last week where two young people that are in the service talked about the challenges over in Israel and what's going on since the terrorist attack over 2 years ago now. And every young person in Israel has to serve in the military. The young girl was involved in helping those that have been injured during service and providing them the resources, like a social worker, she called herself. And the other young man was very involved in some of the fighting and gave some firsthand accounts of what it's like to fight in that war and to also live in that community. I asked them at the end, what's just the general feel of the people living over there, and they said they're very happy. They're aware of what's going on, but right after the terrorist attack was scary. But right now they're living like they like to, and with the challenges that they have over there, they've done the best, and so wish them well as well. And my final comment is to wish Carl Long. He's getting a raise, a pay raise, an upgrade, and we wish him the very best. Hopefully he'll come back and visit us. And Carl, thanks for all that you've done, and that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Santoni. I'll have my comments now, and I attended most, if not all, the events that were already mentioned, so I'm not going to go over those, but some other events. This past Friday, I had the opportunity to go to Hamburg and attended the Small Business Week kickoff, and also a facade check from the Department of Community and Economic Development from the state. The Secretary Seiger was there, and he presented the check. We kicked off a Small Business Week and also had the opportunity to visit different small businesses in downtown Hamburg. It's really great to see what's happening there. A lot of good and exciting things happening in Hamburg. And drawing a blank on her name,
Deanna Kirshner.
Deanna Kirshner. She is retiring, so congratulations, Deanna. I think she's been there running the foundation for 23 years. So I hope you enjoy your retirement. Also on Friday, we had the opportunity to attend what is called Life House. And Life stands for Learning in a Family Environment. And it's a house right down here, about 4 or 5 blocks from here, in which families that have visitation rights divided between father and mother or the parents, they're able to go to that house rather than sit in a 10 by 10 room at a table where the father, the mother can see the kids. In that house there, it's like a house. They have a kitchen, they have bathrooms, they have living rooms, they have playrooms, they have bedrooms, and the family can then interact in that house. So it could be that they're in the kitchen and at the same time they're teaching the young mother how to deal with the kids while she is cooking. In some cases, they have the opportunity where a mother is visiting with a newborn, for which for some reason she doesn't have custody of, and she's able to give the baby a bath because there's a bath there. So it's really a way of being able for these families to connect in a living environment, in a home environment, and also for the caseworkers to teach these parents how to have kids in different environments throughout the house. It's really, really interesting what they do there. They had an open house last week, and we were able to go and see what they do and learn more about that. Yes, on Tuesday, my days get mixed up now, but on Tuesday before our town hall, I had the opportunity to attend the Student Spring Showcase at Alvernia College town campus, so 2 blocks from here. If you remember, 2-3 weeks ago, we had 4 students here from Governor Mifflin High School. One was Garrett Heineman, and the other was Jacob Laubach, and both of them were there. And so there were four students there who were awarded, and one was Aether Smith from the Reading School District, 12th grade student. And her project was on the effects of iron supplements on beta amyloid 142 protein aggregation. What it means, I have no idea.
I was just going to ask.
I'm glad I mentioned it then. And this is all through the Total Learning Experience program that is housed at Alvernia University, where they have college professors together with Total Learning Experience help these students with these projects. Garrett, who was here, he had a graphene-based effective thermocouple design. In a nutshell, from what I understood, because again, listening to him, science was not my forte in school, but basically he's looking at how to use the heat that is lost in motors to turn that into electricity or other forms to be able to continue to run that car rather than just have it dissipate up into the air. So that's in a nutshell. I'm sure he could explain it a lot better than I can. The other kid there was Enrique Lopez, and he has his project was a Lobo bar business startup, redesigning workout equipment. So all of this, it's not just, I think the equipment should be like this, it should be like that, determining what is the best metal to use and size and why it should, it's all through science that he's doing that project. And then the other was Jacob Laba, who was developing an efficient rocket motor design. Again, you listen to him and you think, these are amazing kids that are presenting projects there. And Jacob is actually leaving in a couple months to go to an aeronautical university in Arizona. So congratulations to those students there and to the great job that Total Learning Experience does together with Alvernia University for this program, Total Learning Experiences for kids starting in middle school. So, middle school, high school kids, and it helps them work on specific areas. So great to attend that. Tonight, I'll also be attending the House Welcome Home Party. Commissioner Leinbach said they're 95% at capacity. They run at 95% capacity because they want to leave space available for if there is an emergency need that they need to house a woman or a woman with her kids. But apart from being at 95% capacity, they also have a waiting list. So they have about 60 more requests a month than what they can fulfill at the Lighthouse. So a huge need for what they do. Also tomorrow, congratulations to all the RAC, Reading Area Community College graduates. Tomorrow is the 2025 commencement ceremony. So congratulations to all of them who are graduating tomorrow. And that's all I have. Okay, we'll now move on to the row officers' comments.
I don't have anything
Thank
this
you.
time, Commissioner.
I just wanted to mention, I wanted to wish my 87-year-old mom, my wife Claudia, and all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day on Sunday. So
Okay.
Uh-oh. We forgot.
Joe, why? Come on, next time I'm not calling on you, Joe.
Look at the bright side. He saved our bacon. So I want to wish my wife a happy Mother's Day and also her birthday, same day. So May 11th is her birthday and Mother's Day. Go ahead.
Happy Mother's Day to my wife, Sharon, and my mother-in-law. Happy Mother's Day to both of them. That's all I have. Thank you.
Yep, me as well. Happy Mother's Day to my wife, Zilkia, my mother, also my mother-in-law, and to my executive assistant, Barbara Lopez, as well, who is the mother to 2 kids also.
Happy Mother's Day, Veronica.
Veronica, thank you as well. And any other mother in the room here as well, or who's watching us, happy Mother's Day.
And all the mothers that work here at the county.
Yeah.
We wish you all, and all the mothers of Berks County. We wish
Yeah.
Now look
all
what you've
mothers,
done.
mother-in-laws, mother figures, we wish you the best.
All right.
Yeah.
We were actually waiting to the end to do it. Yeah, it was done intentionally, waiting to the end, Joe, but thank you. Do you have any public comment online or in person?
Nothing online.
Nothing online, nothing in person.
Mr. Chairman,
Motion to adjourn?
second.
The meeting stands adjourned. Thank you.